and ready to get the preseason started. Off we go in the rain in Landover. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, to that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
Another run, and again, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They get 18 on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go back to Allen. There he goes again. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
A pickup of 44 yards on the play.
On the give, this is Allen. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. An enviable spot to operate from. His second in inches. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And he pitches it. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The extra point is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
There's so much conversation around the NFL, Mike, about the importance of these preseason games. And while the final score certainly doesn't matter, there is the evaluation of your roster, your personnel. You can't replicate these live reps and simulate them in practice. So these are your moments. Go out, play fast, play confident, build those reps that you need so when the regular season comes around, you're ready.
And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready. They'll go play action here with Daniels. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Washington Commanders first down.
Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense going to take over now for the second time. And, Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
No, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about it a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
A gain of 19 yards.
23.
First down, Jaguars.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll somehow turn this into a net positive. Getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
They'll try to sneak it here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Left side, caught by Hunter.
It's a gain of 3.
3rd down and 9. In motion comes Thomas. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The Commanders' offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Play action. Here's Daniels. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that is not so close the next time? I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. Commanders with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10.
Here we go, set, ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So these screen plays, they always seem so commonplace. They seem a little bit routine, right, Mike? But really, for them to work, there's a huge, significant timing element to it, where the offensive line, the back, you can't be downfield too early, but you can't go too late. There's so many reps and reps that allow certain teams to be really good at the screen game and allow certain teams to just never really get their screen game off the ground.
Returnable from the 17. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Jaguars' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready!
A tight end in motion now. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Get up. 19. Go.
He'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front 7 is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
Here's Logan Cook now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now he'll air one out, and that is incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This fielded inside the 35. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field.
Come on.
We'll try to establish some tempo. We'll start this one with 1st and 10.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
They'll run it here with 2. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, leads to a sack.
And it's a very nice return. He is giving the offense a short field.
At the Jaguars' 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Moving to his right. He's going to run it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Let's go. Hut.
Now a run on first down. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
3rd and 11.
Come on. Hut.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
if there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Gibbs running right. It is Tootin. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. This one complete right side. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Now here's another ball that's intercepted.
We had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator the other day, and remember what he told us, Mike? He said, we know how talented this young rookie quarterback is. He can make all the throws. We've seen him do it in college. But it's a different animal now doing this in the NFL. We think we can make him force some bad throws and make some bad decisions. And so far here in the 1st half, that's exactly what they've done.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Jaguars, 1st down. A gain of 13 yards.
On 1st down, they'll go back to Tootin. Good physical run. He'll wind up as a gain of 5. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He takes off. And he's going to get belted at the end, but he keeps possession of the football. Setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Come on, set!
He'll drop to throw. There he goes again. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Extra point try forthcoming. He gets it to go. And the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll start at the 2. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go. Hut.
Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now, here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
And 20 at the 14-yard line.
Here, ready.
They don't want to repeat a 1st down, So they'll keep it on the ground now. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10.
On the ready. Let's go. Ready.
Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Ready.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's set.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. This brought in out past the 20. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The Jaguars offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Cowboy. Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's complete to his running back, Facial Tootin. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Cowboy Lions. Ready.
On the give, it's Tootin. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Down, they need 5.
Let's go now. Ready.
Man in motion, heading left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
There's no doubt that you appreciate the toughness he shows here, Mike. I mean, for a quarterback to put his head down and pick up some tough yards, his teammates love it. But I'll tell you, his coaches, they want to see him protect himself, understand when he had enough to pick up the 1st down, to get down and live to play another snap.
After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. 2nd and 10. Now this time, they'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Start.
Back to throw. To the right side here. Pass is caught. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The Commanders offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10.
Opposite. Green. Here we ready.
The drive will start on the ground. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
It's not often that you see a running back be the one that the defense decides to double team in the passing game, but to me this feels like the defense was tipped off. They knew what was coming, they knew where the quarterback was going with the ball, and they were able to put a stop to this one really before it got going.
3rd and 5.
Down. Ready.
He'll try to set up the screen with Moss. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Washington.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
Brings up 2nd
Here
and
we go.
7.
On the handoff, this is Moss. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing right, it's taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. So, from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2.
Here, ready, go.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
17-yard line.
Ready?
They'll turn and hand this one off. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And And the Commanders are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. 76, 19, Tiger, 19.
On play action, Daniels. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up third and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll let the fullback try to push the pass. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This will be returned from the 6. The Jags offense about ready to take over once more. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. We'll try again here. Second and 10. They send the receiver in motion left. Back to the air once more on second down. In trouble, and down he goes.
Well, as they face this possible 3-and-out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive. So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it's really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete.
The Commanders offense ready for this next possession. Have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is first and 10. Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Commanders first down.
That's pretty.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Washington.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll throw with Daniels. Open man there. That's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on second and 4. To throw is Daniels. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one he's got to have. And this one on line. And it is good. And the Commanders move out in front. The new score, 17-14. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Tootin, and the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11.
Here we go, set. Back at 60.
Forced out wide.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's going to have the Jaguars' 1st down on what will be a big play there for 4th and long.
First down, Jaguars.
They run on the jet sweep. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Commanders.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to number 80.
The offense having a tough time with this noise. It's 3rd and 6. Oh, and the pressure there. He's taken a throwaway, and he's taken down.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz scheme, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And this game is not a done deal just yet. Still have 3 timeouts in the defense now. If there's one first down, it seals the deal. But there is still a chance for the defense to get the ball back. He's going to look for the home run ball.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. What a place to make a mistake. You're going to turn it over anywhere on the field and it hurts. But, Greg, when you turn it over there and it becomes a touchdown, that's the worst feeling of all.
Yeah, we talk a lot about, Mike, the best quarterbacks. They have this clock in their head. They understand the timing of the play. They understand the liabilities of the protection. That's even more especially true when you're backed up this deep near your own end zone, and you can see why. The quarterback does not feel the pressure. Strip, sack, 6.
Makes the score.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the move left.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
He'll look to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield. Now, breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Pass the 60. Pass.
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Commanders as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.